A theft took place right inside your childhood living room, but the thief didn't take any money. Instead, they stole your right to cry, your freedom to make mistakes, and your permission to be a child. And the scariest part, you probably grew up thanking them for it. Close your eyes for a moment. I want you to imagine a house. From the outside, it looks perfectly normal. The lawn is mowed, the windows are clean, but inside, the air is different. It's thick, it's heavy. In the living room, there is a child, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Most children this age are loud. They run, they break things, they demand attention. But this child is silent. He moves through the house like a ghost, tiptoeing across the floorboards so he doesn't make a sound. He isn't playing hide and seek. He is practicing invisibility. He watches the adults in the room, not with curiosity, but with calculation. He is reading the micro expressions on his mother's face. He is listening to the tone of his father's footsteps. He isn't thinking about toys. He is thinking, how do I fix this? How do I keep the peace tonight? This child has committed a theft, or rather, he has been the victim of one. He hasn't lost a toy or money. He has lost the right to be a child. This is the story of the parentified child, the child who grew up too fast. And if you have ever felt tired in your soul, deeper than sleep can fix, this story might just be about you. Let's meet Leo. At 7 years old, Leo had a job. Nobody paid him for it. Nobody even acknowledged he was doing it. His job title was the Barometer. Every afternoon at 5:30 p.m., Leo would sit on the carpet in the hallway, pretending to play with his red toy truck. But he wasn't playing. Every muscle in his small body was tense. He was waiting. There it was, the sound of the key. For most kids, that sound means daddy's home. For Leo, it was a data point. He listened to the way the key turned. Was it quick and aggressive, or was it slow and weary? He listened to the way the door closed. A slam meant a storm was coming. A soft click meant he was safe. For now, Leo's father was a man of unpredictable storms. And his mother, she was the victim of those storms, often retreating into a shell of sadness so deep that Leo couldn't reach her. One evening, the storm broke. Voices raised in the kitchen, the shattering of a plate. Leo didn't hide under his covers. He didn't cry for help. Instead, he walked into the kitchen. He saw his mother crying, her face buried in her hands. He saw his father pacing red-faced. Leo, tiny Leo, climbed onto a chair. He cracked a joke, a silly, 7-year-old joke about a cow. He saw his father pause. He saw a confused smile flicker on his mother's face. And in that moment, Leo learned a dangerous lesson. I have the power to control their emotions. If I am funny, they don't fight. If I am good, they don't sad. I am the guardian of this house. 7 years passed. The dynamic in the house shifted. The volatility was gone, replaced by a cold, aching emptiness. His father had left. Now, the house was just Leo and his mother. It was a Tuesday night. Leo was 14. He should have been doing homework. He should have been texting a girl he liked. Instead, he was sitting at the kitchen table, watching his mother pour a second glass of wine. The kitchen light was dim, casting long shadows across the table. She reached out and took Leo's hand. Her grip was tight, desperate. She began to talk, not about dinner, not about school. She talked about her loneliness. She talked about how cruel his father was. She talked about her financial fears, weaving a web of adult anxiety around her teenage son. "You're the only man I can trust, Leo," she whispered. "You're not like him. You'll never leave me, will you?" Listen closely to that sentence. It sounds like love, doesn't it? But to a 14-year-old boy, it felt like a shackle. Leo felt a heavy stone settle in his stomach. He wanted to say, "Mom, I have a math test tomorrow. Mom, I'm scared too." But he looked at her tear-stained face, and he swallowed his own needs. He buried them deep down where no one could see. He nodded and said, "I'm here, Mom. I've got you." That night, Leo became his mother's husband, her therapist, and her best friend. He ceased to be her son. Let's fast forward to the present day. Leo is 28. If you met him, you would be impressed. He is dressed in a crisp suit. His apartment is immaculate. He is the manager everyone relies on. He is a masterpiece of competence. But let's look closer. Let's listen to the thoughts inside his head as he sits at his desk. A colleague walks over. "Hey Leo, I know you're swamped, but can you handle this report for me? I have a date tonight." Leo is drowning in work. He hasn't eaten lunch. His eyes are burning. Every cell in his body screams, "No, say no." But his mouth opens, and the old script plays automatically. "Sure," Leo says, smiling that practiced, perfect smile. "I'll take care of it." Why? Why does he do this? Because Leo is still that 7-year-old boy in the kitchen. He believes that if he stops being useful, he stops being lovable. He believes that if he says no, the other person will shatter, just like his mother would have. He is a human doer, a human being. It's 11 o'clock p.m. Leo is finally home. He is sitting on his sofa, staring at the blank TV screen. He is holding a glass of water, but his hand is shaking. The phone rings. The screen lights up. It says, "Mom." Most people would just answer, but for Leo, this sound is a trigger. His heart hammers against his ribs. His throat closes up. It's a physical reaction, a somatic flashback. His body remembers the nights at the kitchen table. His body remembers the weight of her tears. He knows what she wants. She wants to vent. She wants him to fix her bad day. Leo stares at the phone, and for the first time in his life, he feels something new. It isn't pity. It isn't love. It is rage. Hot, blinding rage. He realizes he has nothing left to give. The well is dry. He doesn't answer. He lets it go to voicemail. Leo curls his legs up onto the sofa. He wraps his arms around himself, rocking back and forth. And in the safety of his quiet apartment, the man who never cried finally weeps. He mourns the little boy who stood on a chair to make his parents smile. He mourns the teenager who listened instead of living. He realizes, "I cannot save them. I never could." Leo's story is specific, but the pain is universal. Maybe you didn't have a mother who overshared. Maybe you had parents who were alcoholics or workaholics, or perhaps they were just emotionally immature. Maybe you were the eldest sibling who had to raise the younger ones because mom and dad were too busy. The details change, but the psychological scar is the same. You learn to trade your needs for their comfort. You learn that being good meant being silent and useful. But what does this actually do to your brain? Let's peel back the layers. Psychologists have a name for Leo's life. It's called parentification. Imagine a hierarchy. Parents are supposed to be at the top, pouring love and safety down to the child. In a parentified home, this pyramid is flipped upside down. The child is at the bottom, holding the heavy weight of the parents up. Leo experienced emotional parentification. He became the emotional spouse. This is dangerous because it teaches a child that intimacy equals burden. It teaches you that love is work. When you are forced to grow up too fast, you develop what Donald Winnicott called a false self. Think of it like a suit of armor. Leo built a suit of armor called the Helper. Inside the armor, the real Leo is soft, playful, and needy. But the armor is hard, efficient, and never needs anything. The problem is, after 20 years, the armor gets rusted shut. You forget how to take it off. You forget that there is a person inside it. That's why you feel empty. You aren't living your life. Your armor is living your life. This leads to the most common symptom in adulthood: hyper-independence. Do you hate asking for help? Does the idea of relying on someone make you feel sick? That's not because you are strong. It's because you are traumatized. You learned early on that the adults in the room couldn't catch you. So, you learn to never fall. You trust no one but yourself. You become a lone wolf, not by choice, but by survival. So, how do you break the cycle? You have to do the one thing Leo struggled to do. You have to quit your job as the general manager of the universe. You have to learn reparenting. It starts with a simple, terrifying word. No, I can't talk right now. No, I can't do that favor. And then, you have to play. Literally, go buy the Lego set you never had. Watch the cartoons you missed. Lie on the grass and do absolutely nothing. Prove to your brain that you are allowed to exist without being useful. I want to leave you with an image. Imagine that 7-year-old version of you, the one waiting for the key to turn in the lock, Imagine your adult self walking into that room. You are tall. You are safe. You walk over to that child. You pick them up, and you carry them out of that house. You tell them, it's not your job anymore. I've got this. You can just be a kid now. Healing isn't about fixing your parents. It's about saving that child. Thank you for listening to Life Audible.